On Saturday, October 18th, the West Bloomfield Educational Foundation is putting together a family mini photo session to help capture precious family memories and to enjoy the beautiful scenery of Bloomer Park, with 100% of the proceeds from this event benefiting the foundation and local educational programs. Joining us now on the Splash Live to tell us more is Elisia Kowalski, one of the photographers for this event. Elisia, thank you so much for joining us today.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Of course, this is such a great event, especially in the heart of fall. You've got the beautiful colors around you, a great landscape for great family photos. How did you get involved with the West Bloomfield Educational Foundation's family mini photo session?
So I have a family friend who's on the board of directors for the Educational Foundation, and she reached out to me and told me about this new opportunity of fundraising for the community and asked me if I wanted to participate.
Awesome. And why is supporting local education important to you personally and professionally?
So personally, I actually have 3 children, one of which just graduated from West Bloomfield High School, and 2 more coming up through the elementary schools. So very close to my heart in terms of local education and what a strong school system does to support the community. As a photographer, I love that education supports the creativity and storytelling aspect of things, and having creative arts as a part of the educational system, I think, is so important. So I love that I get to participate into the with the foundation and express my creative outlet.
That's absolutely right, and it's great that you are giving back to the West Bloomfield community in this way. So once again, this event is taking place on October 18th. What can families expect from their session with you on the day of the event?
So I think families can expect a very well organized event. It will be fun. It'll be relaxing. As you mentioned, Bloomer Park is just a beautiful setting for fall colors. They'll be greeted when they arrive. They can expect from me personally to try and make them as comfortable as possible. Trying to establish an early connection, especially if there's young children involved. I'll be providing posing guidance and prompts to get true, authentic reactions from the family.
That's great to hear. And yeah, as you said, especially with families with younger children, things can sometimes get a little bit chaotic. It can be a little difficult to rein the children in and to get them to sit still. So I am curious, what's your approach to capturing genuine family moments in such a short time frame? Because you only have a little bit of time with each family.
Yeah, so I try to be, fun and silly, bubbles and music playing or anything I can do. And I do have a trick up my sleeve if worse comes to worse and I'm really not getting a good reaction out of the young children. I'll let them push the buttons on my camera to take their own pictures, and then they get to see them. So that usually works pretty well to get there. If you do this, then smile, you can take a picture on my camera. And that usually perks them up pretty quickly.
Hey, sometimes bribery comes in handy, and that's a pretty good incentive for these kids, a pretty good reward. So after the photos are taken, can you describe maybe the kinds of edits or touches that you add to the final photo gallery that the families can see?
Yeah, so editing is part of my favorite part of the process. And I always try to, especially with the fall colors, my fall editing style tends to be very warm, soft, vibrant color, trying to pull those colors through. And also I try to remove any distractions or blemishes, scratches, anything that, might make an individual nervous, especially with the little kids. They get bumps and bruises pretty easily. So no need to worry about any of that. These will be completely professionally edited images.
For those just joining us right now on the Splash Live, I'm talking with photographer Elisia Kowalski, who's going to be one of the photographers for the West Bloomfield Educational Foundation's Family Mini Photo Session that's going to be taking place on October 18th. Now, Elisia, you talked about this a little bit a second ago, but how does it feel knowing that your work is helping to fund educational programs here in West Bloomfield?
I absolutely love it. It's near and dear to my heart. I've had the opportunity to meet and establish a lot of relationships with the educators within the community. As I mentioned, my own children are part of the community. And I just think it's a wonderful event, and the organization and foundation in itself does just fantastic things for the community. So I am so happy to be a part of it.
And we love that you're a part of it as well. I am curious, once you're done with the families and once you've taken all the photos, what kind of feedback do you usually get from families after events like this?
So one of my favorite parts is after I send a family a gallery and I patiently wait to see what their response is. And I have been very fortunate to have just wonderful feedback that comes back in. And it's very heartwarming to hear from families and what they think of their photos and their captured moments in time. And I've been very fortunate to have, to spread word of mouth quite a bit for my services, and then also have just a lot of positive feedback. So it's been I've been very blessed in that aspect.
Glad to hear it, and glad to hear that the families are taking such positive memories away from the experience. I got a couple more questions before we wrap things up, Elisia. Is there a message you'd like to share with families who might be considering signing up themselves this year?
Yeah, I think what families tend to do is things like family photos get overshadowed quite a bit with all of the grind that we have in our daily lives, and my message to families will be like, take the opportunity. And not only is it going to be a beautiful setup and very reasonable pricing, but I think we need to prioritize those moments more with our families and ourselves to get that moment captured, and something that will live on well beyond the moment itself. So I highly encourage families to take advantage of the opportunity, and they will also get their edited photos back in time for all their Christmas card planning.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Elisia. Last thing, where can people go to maybe gain a little more information about what you provide and about the event in general?
So they can reach out to me directly on my website, ElisiaMariePhotography.com, and ask any additional questions. I am also on social media, Facebook and Instagram.
Awesome. Well, can't wait to see what's to come from this event and for all of the work that's going to be done to benefit the Educational Foundation. Elisia, thank you so much for joining us today here on The Splash Live.
Thank you.